All right, today I want to do something a little bit different for you guys. Comparison notes. Um, it's just occurring to me. People ask me all the time, "Oh, no, you can't make it." No, I mean I do have a list of things I have to put together for um, the fudsters. What do you call those people? Okay, here's what I'm doing. At one time, I owned a Volkswagen Tiguan. It was a TSI, whatever the TSI meant. I think it's a 1.8 liter at the time. I think they're 1.6 now. Whatever. It doesn't matter which way it is. Uh, go back, figure out what the miles per gallon is for that, and then compare it to this. All right, so the lifetime of this car. This is a 2-year-old car. 36,392 miles. Yes, I travel around a bunch. We've used 9,913 kilowatt hours. So it's easy enough to take that. So I don't have the exact number. I mean, obviously I have 9,913, but how much of that is supercharging, how much is home charging, I don't know. So I figure first I'll do it straight home charging and then do it 50-50. Okay? 50-50 sounds about fair. I mean, it may be more, but you'll get the idea. What? Really? Okay, fair enough. I can do 100%. Because some of you are wondering, what would it cost me if I did 100% supercharging? Okay. I'll give you all three options, and then I'll go back, compare that to what the miles per gallon would be to 36,392 miles. Okay? And I'll round the gallons up to be fair. What? No, really. Because you use half a gallon, you might also use the whole gallon. And besides, it's all funny numbers anyway. I mean, these are actual facts. There's no doubt about these numbers. You don't have any doubt about these numbers, do you? No, I'm pretty sure this is accurate. Okay? And this is accurate. And even this is pretty much what this has been. The whole life of this car has been around 272 watt hours per mile. Yes. Now, how does that compare up here? Okay, so for the trip, it was 249. The difference is I reined myself in a little bit, and I don't push it quite as much looking at what this number is. Okay? Whatever. It is what it is. Okay? So that's what I'm up to. It always amazes me that people are astounded that my car can actually do anything. And I don't understand that. But here we go. All right, so I guess we can argue all we want about how this works out, but here we go. 9,913 kilowatt hours at 11 cents per breaks down to $1,091. Okay? If I break it roughly 50-50, so there was a half on each side, so I rolled the half onto the supercharger side. All right, so 4,956 kilowatt hours at 11 cents, $545. 4,957 kilowatt hours at 34 cents per kilowatt hour is $1,636. Add those two together and you have a total cost of $2,181. That's interesting. I wonder if I made a mistake somewhere. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at the full supercharger cost, and it's not adding up to me. Okay. Oh, yes, it would. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the supercharger cost, I just rolled at 34 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay, it varies, so it has demand pricing, but it seems to me it's roughly around 34 cents most of the time. Okay, that's why I chose 34 cents. I mean, your results will vary. Like I said, I don't have exact numbers, but there that is. All right, so 9,913 kilowatt hours at 34 cents per kilowatt hour is $3,370. Okay? Yes, you save over $2,000 by charging at home all the time. Of course, part of the idea of having a car is you're taking trips in it, right? But if you are always home, you're always getting paying 11 cents per kilowatt hour. $1,000 for 2 years? That's your fuel cost. All right. So here we go. I didn't find the exact Volkswagen I was looking for, but let's just roll with it. Volkswagen Tiguan. 25 miles per gallon. Now, there was some of them that were making 29 on the highway. If you really want to make that difference in calculation, feel free to do it. I'm not going to bother. Okay. 36,392 miles at 25 miles per gallon, 1,456 gallons. Yeah. Okay. Rather than mess around with the cost of gas, I just went with what the local cost is more or less at the moment, and that's $3.10. So the cost of gas based upon that is $4,514. All right, so I did a comparison. So the SuperCharger, a full kilowatt hour charge, the gas price is 1.3 times, or 0.3 times actually. Okay, and that's at full SuperCharger cost. Forget going back comparing to strictly at-home charging. Remember, that was just over $1,091. Wow, the gas cost is 4 times as much. Okay, that's not counting how much you pay for oil changes or all the other maintenance you have to do on a gas car. It's not counting any of that. Okay, this is strictly energy cost. Needless to say, I'm kind of stunned. I found on my trips that the cost breaks between supercharging costs and gas costs were roughly about the same. And I think this more or less says the same thing. So there you go on that part. So tell me again, why are you still driving a gas car? And I get it. If you can't afford to buy a new car, you're going to have some issues. But I came across the used Model 3 on the Tesla website for $22,000 the other day. I mean, it's a 2018, I believe. But that car should last you a good 4, 5, 6 years. Why would you not buy why would you not buy that car as opposed to a gas car? Anyway, there you go. Something to think about, step by step. So part of the started with a friend of mine saying, I would like to go up to Yellowstone. Like, yeah, sure, that sounds cool. And he's asking, well, are you going to fly or are you going to drive? Well, I'm going to drive. Okay, I want to drive. There's other things I want to see on the way there and on the way back. Okay, so yes, I want to drive. Is it going to be long? Yes. It's a long 2 days, a comfortable 3 days to make it to Yellowstone. But I would like to go through Colorado, go through Denver. I'd actually like to go see the Ike Tunnel on, I think it's I-70. I've heard so much about it, I would like to actually see it. I've been to Pikes Peak, actually. Attempted to run a half marathon at Pikes Peak, but that proved to be a little too much to deal with. And yes, the elevation gains, oh, it's hard on your body. Okay, there you go. I mean, why? Please, if you have a good reason why you can't get an EV, I'd love to hear it. I mean, good reason, not, well, I don't feel like it, or my daughter, although I accepted it, I mean, her statement was, we're not quite ready to make this step at this time. Okay, that's fine. At least you're thinking about it, and thinking about it is a step in the right direction. Okay, burying your head in the sand and saying, well, it doesn't matter to me, I will always drive a gas car, and I plan to live for another 50 years. Well, there's a conflict in those two destinations, right? Something's going to happen. Okay, not that I plan to be around for 50 years. That'd be crazy, right? I mean, for people my age to be around 40 years is on the outside of possibilities, but nothing beyond that, no. But anyway, all I'm suggesting to you is, look, you don't have to replace the car that you use for road trips, but if you have a second car for your significant other or for a kid, it's time to start thinking about, could you trade them into an EV car? Yes, now I get it. If he's captain of the football team, he would look kind of weak if he showed up in an electric car, right? He has to be in a big 4x4 diesel pickup. Well, time to grow up, huh? All right, anyway, peace and harmony. Like I said, if you have a good reason why this won't work for you, I would love to hear it. I really would. I mean, it's not fair if you have a good reason why you can't drive an EV and I don't listen to you. Okay? I have to be fair to you. Although, sooner or later, I may laugh in your face, granted. But I would much rather you actually have your say than to block you out. Okay, anyway, on SuperCharger.